The latest. Thank you for love and support. I appreciate you all. Our all in all, the Savior, the Protector, the Unifier, the Messiah, the most loved. Captain Ibrahim Traore has given us another amazing reason to be happy about. When other leaders have chosen to milk us dry, all that they think about is themselves, their families. What will they do to loot the nation? Captain Ibrahim Traore decided to choose a different path. But Captain Ibrahim Traore said that is old-fashioned. If you are looking for leadership because you want to loot your people, then we need to, those who are Christians, do fasting and prayers for you. Captain Ibrahim Traore did an amazing thing for the people of Burkina Faso by opening a cement factory. And this cement factory is a partnership between Burkina Faso and China. And Captain Ibrahim Traore told them, we are open to investors. But when you are coming, you should know that these investors should have it in mind that they are coming to invest in our terms, our conditions, and the rules. It's not going to be like those democratic elected ones that will only come and sit there and all they talk about is 3%, 7% out of 100%. You can come and carry the money out of Africa. Today, housing is becoming a problem. When we were growing up, we never knew what they call housing problem. Every parent was able to provide accommodation for their family. We have seen how people can barely afford housing or a roof over their heads for themselves and even their families, simply because the prices of cement are gone high. And you know, these are the things that the elected ones want, so that when giving us their campaign message, this person will say, well, when we're there, cement price was this, today you came and cement price is like that. And when we come back again, and we know when they even come, they can't send it back to that one.
Captain Ibrahim Traore is inaugurating the Sino-Burkina Industrial Company by Sino-Vie and Darcy Simon Pesson SA today. We therefore invite you to listen to him on the microphone. Bienvenue, Tansa.
Burkina Faso is a reference and we must keep the torch held high. Today, after here, we will go to inaugurate the factory. The cement factory, which is an additional factory in Burkina Faso. But the hope is to be able to discuss with all the cement factories in the coming days to see how to lower the price of cement as well. Because we believe there are possibilities and better. We have limestone in Burkina Faso and Anjou. If we manage to exploit it efficiently and discuss with one of the cement producers from last time, we need to exploit this to lower the cost of cement. So we will discuss with all of them to see what is possible. And this will allow us to build our country because our country is promising. And also, it's a signal to those who are there. Because they arrived in 2023, at the very moment when the imperialists had painted Burkina Faso in red. It's a dangerous destination, you shouldn't go invest in this country. And they came with their money. They injected it, they built their factory. I think they finished since last October. So it was our duty to go support them and also send a message to the world. To make them understand that Burkina Faso, as they say, is false. Those who painted Burkina Faso in red, you see, automatically the next day, in any case. A few days later, Air France said there was no Burkina Faso. Because it's red even, we will say it's war in the world. Isn't that right? We said there's no problem, you are free not to come to Burkina. But you are not the best airline in the world. If other airlines continue to come, it means that you are liars. Since other airlines continue to come to Burkina Faso, Brussels comes, Turkey comes, I don't know what, and Turkey comes, all the other airlines continue to come. This is to say that the imperialists are very strong. They invent their guidelines and they make some of their companies follow them to give credibility to their lies. Since they lied, saying the button is in a red zone, they make Air France follow the lie, to make it appear to the world that it is truly a red zone. That's why their companies refuse to come. There is no problem for us. We say that the other companies will work. Their lie didn't take hold. Sometime later, they come back to us to resume the good ones. If it has turned green, you need to rewrite that it has turned green, and you will resume. In this course, I tell you that imperialism has all its schemes. There you go. And if you listen to the radio at the time, it was chirping everywhere. The country is so bloodied that Air France stopped everything. A few weeks later, Air France released its figures. Their revenue increased because they no longer come to the AES. In any case, it's good. And then you come to negotiate, to plead not to come back. Thank you. We need to repaint the country in green, and then we will start collaborating.
Move quickly and effectively in war and development is the ambition expressed by the head of state, Captain Ibrahim Traore. In front of the active forces of the Central Plateau region, gathered in the multipurpose hall of Zignar for a direct exchange meeting, Captain Ibrahim Traore initially briefed the assembly on the security situation in Burkina, particularly the achievements and new directions in the fight.
They will continue to equip us, to strengthen us, to reclaim our territories. As I speak to you, several operations are underway. There are areas abandoned for several years that we have reclaimed. We are in the consolidation phase, and we continue the maneuver up to our borders. In a few days, you will of course be informed of everything that has been recovered, and we will establish ourselves in these areas permanently. We will not retreat, we will reclaim all of our territory. There may be regions today that seem not to witness certain actions, but war is an evolving process. We will completely clear out the men and arrive gradually. And to maintain pressure on these people, as I said, they have only the choice to either understand the message and come to the homeland, or they will disappear.
Denouncing the maneuvers of imperialism in Burkina and Africa, following certain concerns raised by representatives of different social strata, the president of FASO exposes the intentions and strategies of this phenomenon. For him, imperialism must be fought in all sectors of development.
I hope everyone is aware that we are no longer in a war against terrorism, but in a war for independence. And everyone must understand that. It is too logical for the imperialists to impose this war on us. If we manage to develop, to prosper, it means that over there, they will not be able to develop. They will have to regress. If we manage to transform our raw materials tomorrow, it means that over there, the factories will close. Do you understand the logic? So it's normal for them to fight to disrupt our society, to keep it in this constant war, and that we can never one day reflect on what has developed.
The war is now being waged on all fronts, namely in terms of communication and information, as evidenced by recent publications from certain media outlets in the pay of an enemy. Once again, the president of FASO calls for vigilance.
For my part, if I have one regret in my life, it is having spent a certain month of my life spending hours in the morning, at noon, in the evening, listening to radios like RFI, France 24, or whatever. And today I think you are well aware they are very skilled, manipulating information, creating falsehoods all around. And brace yourselves. These same media, I say it today, especially Jeune Afrique, have harassed us around 2022, 2023. They went through several channels to approach us, to make us pay and clean our image, as they say. We refused. They can't do better because we have the evidence with us. They sent people, that's how they operate. Many heads of state fall into their trap. They pay money every month for articles to be published to clean their image. No, it's dangerous.
On the economic front, growth shows a clear improvement. And in a move towards self-sufficiency, general mobilization is encouraged by the authorities. This meeting is used by the president of FASO to once again remind banks and other financial institutions their commitment to economic sovereignty.
Many banks operate with the state's money. Bankers have been asked to return a portion of what is called ground deposits, the DAD. These are state companies that deposit their money in the banks. We want our money to do work. The deceived people cannot give the money because it will weaken their bank. But every year, the banks have made so many billions in net interest. The other day at the Pelouse, I was looking at a bank that also makes billions in interest, and it's a sharing. Either we understand each other, truly momto, the end of a table, or we will move on to another method. And this morning I wanted to make this statement so that you understand that the fight that is going to start will raise dust. As we like to say, you must be careful yourself, because these are the same people who will go behind to spread misinformation, to create lies and lead people away from what is essential. We just asked for a percentage. It's not even all the money we want withdrawn. It's a percentage we asked for to do it. And it requires a lot of thought. Some banks have responded, but most banks have not transferred the money until today. We set the end of March, it's the end of March. Not the end of March. The 25% is not there, we will move on to something else.
Held on the sidelines of the inauguration of the Lango cement plant, this face-to-face between the president of Faso and the active forces of the Central Plateau region lasted more than an hour. Moments of exchange where the active forces of the three provinces reaffirmed their commitment.
The inauguration of a cement factory costing 26 billion CFA francs. It has an annual production capacity of 750,000 tons of cement. It thus creates more than 100 permanent jobs and hundreds of other seasonal ones. The ribbon cutting with Solimani Sano is welcomed in this.
In Hongo, in the dynamic of the structural transformation of the Burkinabe economy, a cement production and marketing unit is emerging. The industrial company Sinobukina of Simensi Sinobu. The product named Simpanga is carried by the Crewell International Group.
The inauguration of this modern plant marks an important step in the development of our company. Indeed, this project is nothing but an ambitious vision and a bearer of hope. It adds a reality. This factory is the fruit of a significant investment and the relentless work of our teams over several months. Much more than just an industrial pavement. It is the symbol of our commitment to contribute to the economic and social development of Burkina Faso.
Carried out with an investment of 26 billion CFA francs out of a forecast of 75 billion in the long term, Sinobu has a production capacity estimated at 750,000 tons of high-quality cement per year, extendable to 1.2 million tons. The advent of this industrial unit aligns with the vision of the head of state focused on the industrialization of Burkina. This is why he and his government are supporting it.
After the meetings in the communes of Saba and Pavre in the central region, we are taking a concrete step today. In the commune of Zignare, with the inauguration of the Sino-Burkina Industrial Company of Simpanga, we innovate. This illustrates sufficiently the industrialization dynamic undertaken by our country and proves that every investor, even foreign ones, who respects our laws and regulations counts in our country for the fight for economic and social development. The realization of this project proves once again that Burkina Faso is a country with high investment potential, contrary to the pessimistic and alarmist rhetoric held in some circles. This factory, whose production will strengthen the existing supply, fits perfectly into our vision of sustainable endogenous development. It offers employment opportunities while significantly contributing to the stimulation of the national economy.
The industrial company Silobukina de Ciment, with its 110 permanent jobs and 300 seasonal jobs created in the long term, intends to promote more than 1,300 direct and indirect jobs.
Burkina Faso is an open field for foreign investors, provided they respect the country's laws. The investment code affirms the head of state at the end of the inauguration ceremony. To the managers of this new cement factory, Captain Ibrahim Traore urges a culture of quality. We listen to him on the microphone of Suleiman Sanou and Bienvenue dans ça.
This is a new factory that is thus being added to the industrial landscape of Burkina Faso, certainly driven by Chinese investors who arrived just a year ago, and they were able to move very quickly and meet their goals. It is a strong message that we are sending to foreign investors who wish to come and invest in Burkina Faso, that the landscape is indeed open as long as our rules, our laws, and our sovereignty are respected, a sincere partnership. We are open to all investors in Burkina Faso. And also, with this new unit, as the minister said in the speech, We will look into all the cement factories to see what the prospects are for lowering the price of cement in Burkina Faso to enable us to build our country. So that's a bit of what brought us here, to encourage them and in any case to express our satisfaction.
Following these discussions, it was satisfied and grateful populations towards the government who spoke to our reporting team. They notably reaffirmed their commitment alongside Captain Ibrahim Traore and his team for the reclamation of the territory and the total sovereignty of the country. The summary of the reactions in this report by Konsum Kulibeli and Tanga Kafandu.
A full house in an electric atmosphere. The populations of the Central Plateau region welcomed the President of PASO, Captain Ibrahim Traore, at the multipurpose hall of Ziniare. The head of state is here for a direct dialogue with the active forces of the Central Plateau region. The objective is to listen to the appreciation of the active forces on government action and to gather the concerns of the different segments of the population of this region. The President gives the floor to the representatives of the elderly, women, and the economic sector. Internally displaced persons, students from rural areas, people with disabilities, and civic watchdogs praise the actions to reclaim the territory and the country's industrialization momentum, before presenting some requests in their respective areas of representation.
Grievance says that the head of state is committed to resolving within the limits of available resources and according to the order of priorities, while rolling out the government plan to offer better living conditions to all social strata of the population.
We have received the President's message. It's a strong message. It encourages us to unite to build factories because we import almost everything.
We tell the President to have no fear because he has the support of the youth. He has the support of the entire population. This mobilization in Zinare is a living testimony, and we tell the destabilizers that our people have their eyes open. Our people have their eyes open.
The content of the message, it must be said, is full of lessons and morality. Lessons for us, the youth, morality for our generation and the generation to come. It must be said that this is the message we are waiting for. A message that awakens, a message that teaches, a message that shapes, and it's entirely a message that educates the young generation.
Goodbye, my friend, my old life. The President spoke about the development of the country and advocated for the understanding and unity of the Burkinabe people. He has our blessings. We pray that God gives him strength and longevity for the happiness of the people.
Captain Ibrahim Traore also calls on the people to support the government's efforts for a sovereign and prosperous Burkina and invites them to distance themselves from manipulations both internal and external, in view of the new opportunities that will soon open for the benefit of the Burkinabe people.
When other leaders are sitting down naming their graduates unemployed graduates, Captain Ibrahim Traore is giving jobs to his people. He's empowering his people. He's doing everything possible to turn the lives of the people of Burkina Faso around. This is what the old ones failed, Africans. And that is the reason to which they are not happy with Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. And all they do is be sending people and asking people to go and be bringing them back. Instead of us to tell ourselves the truth that what these people are doing is the best thing, we are here talking about something else. Why can't you do what you are supposed to do? What is it that you have used to entangle yourself that you cannot sit there and say, oh, for 2 years now we've seen a different leadership in Africa. We've seen a different model. Let us follow that model and see. And all that you do is to give them sanctions. And when you sit in your meetings, AU meetings, you say they shouldn't come. When they even come, what is even the profit that we are going to get at the end of the day? After you went to the AU meeting and sat there and spoke plenty and came, what profit did we get? Nothing. What's the profit? What came out of your meetings? All the speeches you gave, which of them have you implemented? Which of them has given us a concrete result? But everything these people are doing are not abstract like yours. They are concrete. Housing is becoming a problem because your citizens cannot afford cement. What are you supposed to be doing as leaders? That one is quiet. He said he wants to make cement very affordable to his people, so that whosoever cannot even afford a roof over his head should be able to afford it. At least, even if possible, to make cement free for the people of Burkina Faso. This is what we call leadership. African leaders. Not to come and use your people's predicament as your campaign message to win power. You come and you do barely nothing. And when we ask you, you say they were all political talks. Others will say, when I come, I'll stop Galamsey. Others will say, if I come, I'll release the excavators. This is what you always use us for. Your people are not having water to drink, and all you are thinking about is the next election. And that is what Africans we are good at. The next election. That is all politicians think about. No wonder Captain Ibrahim Traore told you, he's not a politician, he's not like you. You can see that these three leaders, their presidencies are different from yours. They are tackling the problems of their citizens, and not like yours, that you will sit there and compile the problems of your citizens and use them as your campaign message to win elections. And your people, because they've still not understood what politics and that their lives are the ones that they are selling out for 4 years for free. That is why you are still doing all these things today, and you still get them to be following you. You understand? The power is ours. If we truly understand, and even if we don't understand, let's see Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso as our role models. With those who are in those democratic elected countries, that they always think about themselves, how to enrich themselves. Then you sit there and be defending them. I see who is suffering. You are suffering now. See, when these people are sick, they travel abroad, and you are here defending these people. Captain Ibrahim Traore is bringing all the modern hospitals in the world in Burkina Faso, because he made it clear to us that he would not. What will he go there and do when he has this beautiful Africa? This is what the white people always think about. I will never leave my country to any other place to seek for anything, so let me give it all in my country. And we sit here, our leaders give nothing to us because they know they have a place that they can travel to. And when Donald Trump tells you that it's only that behave in that manner, you say he's insulting you. It's not true. It's what Trump said not true. Who should make his home nice for you to be sick and travel there? And when you finish, use those who are eating democracy. Now I'm calling them to constitutional. What is constitutional rule? What is more constitutional rule than what they are doing? What you have failed to give to your people and the lives of your people are being impoverished is what these leaders are giving to their people. Saying they are not democratically governed because they have decided not to follow the system of the oppressor. They are not constitutionally governed. What is democracy? The people are happy. Then you, these ones that are failing your people, that they are exposing your weaknesses and who you are to the people, you will not see them and say they should come to constitutional rule. Africa, we are so interested. Captain Ibrahim Traore will love you, will cherish you, will adore you. May the ancestors continue to protect and guide you and strengthen you for you to keep doing more. May they give you all the wisdom that you need to keep doing more and giving us the hope and teaching us, because we are learning a lot from Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. Assimi Guita, Abdurrahman Chiani, and Ibrahim Traore. You have taught us everything that we never knew within this shortest possible time, and we know there are a lot that we can still learn from you, and we say thank you. United we stand, divided we fall, and united we keep standing forever and ever. The greatest enemy of the African is mental slavery, so let's decolonize ourselves from mental slavery. So let's keep sharing to educate our brothers and sisters. Together we make Africa great for ourselves and the next generations that are going to come. So that's the latest around the world, in Africa, West Africa, and in Burkina Faso.